Okay, here we are again at the Kidokime-ryu Karate class in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm Soki Briggs with Kidokime-ryu, and we're going to do the last Heian Kata tonight, which is Heian Godan. It's going to be the last Heian Kata in the Heian series. So far, we've already done Heian Shodan, which is yellow stripe belt kata. We've done Heian Nidan, which is the yellow belt kata. Heian Sandan, which is the orange belt kata. We've done Heian Godan, which is the green belt kata, and Heian Godan belongs to our blue belt rank. So we're going to do that tonight, Heian Godan, and that way we're going to be done with all the Heian katas as far as the Heian katas go. The next katas that we do, since we don't have a kata for our purple belt, and that's merely all just self-defense, the next series of katas that we do will be our brown belt katas. So, with all that being said, ma'am, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please stop me.
Kata, Heian Godan.
Thank you, ma'am. So that was the view as Yunashikedo was doing the kata coming toward the camera. The second view, she'll actually be doing the kata and starting out with her back to the camera, going away from the camera. As always, we do three different views. Start out facing the camera, coming toward it. We start out with her back to the camera, going away from it, and then the third and last view will actually be the view where I describe the techniques as she is actually doing them. So now she'll do the view where her back will be to the camera, going away from the camera. Same kata, just a different view. Are you ready now?
Yes, sir. Kata, Heian Godan.
Now we'll do the third and final view. As always, on the third view of the kata, we break it down step by step and actually explain what she's doing as the katas are being done. I'll say this again with all the katas that we do. I know that the Heian katas are traditional Shotokan kata. We understand that. I've trained in Shotokan under different people and received my black belt in Shotokan. When I learned the Heian katas, these are the way that I was taught the katas. I know that there's different schools out there that teach us katas a different way, they do different things differently, but I pass on something the way it was taught to me. That's why we're putting it on YouTube, because Kidokime-ryu tries to stay in tune with each other no matter what school you go to. All the Kidokime-ryu schools does everything the exact same way. We don't try to misinterpret it, where you go to one school and they do one thing one way, you go to another Kidokime-ryu school, they do things a different way. We try to do everything the same way to make it easier on students, that if they do transfer from one school to go to another school, they can pick up simply right where they left off from. Don't have to worry about relearning something over again. So, with all that being said, we're going to do the kata the final time with me explaining exactly what she's going to do as she's making the steps. Are you ready, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, as you see, she'll wind up into a ready stance like we do with all of our kata. All of our kata begins and ends with courtesy. Courtesy is nothing more than the bow of the kata. That is actually part of the kata. So she's already, she's lined up in a ready stance. So the next thing she'll do is bring her feet together. She'll simply bow, come back up, and back into a ready stance. And at this point, Kidokime-ryu, what we do is we announce the kata.
Kata, Heian Godan.
So after you bow, after you announce the kata, we take a pause, and then we do the first movement. Her first movement, she's actually going to step to the left with her left foot into a left hand back stance and do a middle outside block. Good? Immediately, as you can see, she's in the left hand back stance, middle outside block. Immediately, right as soon as she does this, she'll immediately punch across her chest with the right hand pulling the left hand back to her obi. When she does this, she'll bring her feet back together and both the hands will come to the right side. Okay? Exactly what she did to the left side, she's going to repeat the exact same process to the right side. Step by step, go. Middle outside block, punch across, come back up, bring in the hands to the opposite side of the body to her left side. What she's going to do from here is she's going to step out into a back stance, or reinforce the middle outside block into a back stance. Okay? As you can see, she's in a right hand back stance, reinforced middle outside block. Now she's going to step forward into a left hand front stance and do a low X block with her hands closed with a fist. Okay? When she does this, she'll bring the hands back to her waist, do a high X block with the hands open. Like that. She's going to rotate her hands like so, coming back into a back stance, pulling both the hands to her right side of her obi. Okay? Once she's in this, as you can see, she's in the left hand back stance, her hands are back on the right side of her body on her obi. She'll then step out into a right hand front stance. When she steps out in right hand front stance, she's going to do a hammer fist with a left hand and punch with her right hand, straight punch, and that's going to be her first kiai. Okay? So as you can see, this is the first kiai. Right hand front stance with a right punch. Before she got there, she came out with a hammer fist with her left hand, combination punch with this. Okay? So, once she gets to this point, it's going to be her first kiai. She's going to pick her right leg up, step completely over into a horse stance, facing this wall over here, but she's going, when she steps over into a horse stance from this leg, she's going to actually take this fist as she's stepping over, circle it around, and do a low block over her right leg and fall into a horse stance facing this wall. Okay? As you can see, she's in a horse stance. She's looking the direction that she's just done the low block. Her hands are in the low block over here. What she's going to do now is her hands is going to come up and come up and cross over her chest. Okay? And she's going to look back in the direction she's going to go the next time, which is going to be coming back toward the camera. Once she gets in this position, this hand's going to come out and stop right here. It's going to come out very slowly, bringing the right hand back to her obi. Now, she's going to do a series of things. She's going to step in with her right foot. She's going to kick this hand with a crescent kick, and then she's going to sit down with a forearm strike. Good? Boom. She's back into a horse stance. She kicked the hand. She come in with an elbow smash, shut down in a horse stance. Okay? So now she's going to go into a hook stance, back on this way, a right hand hook stance, back on this way. Go. And as she does that, she comes up with a reinforced middle outside block. From here, she's going to look forward or look back in this direction. This hand's going to go up into an uppercut, and she's going to step out into a left hand, what we call a T-stance. She's going to step out left hand T-stance with this uppercut, and her head's going to switch back that way, okay? So as you can see, she's in the left hand T-stance. She's done her uppercut. She's now looking in this direction over here, okay, when she does this. Okay, so now she's going to jump up. She's actually going to jump, and while she's in the air, she's going to do a 180-degree turn, land with her feet crossed in a low block, facing back in this direction. Good?
Hey!
And that is also going to be the second Heian. As you can see, her feet is crossed. She's landed into, with her feet crossed like that, into a low X block. What she's going to do now is step out with her right leg. She's going to step out into a front stance, reinforced middle outside block. Okay? As you can see, right hand front stance, reinforced middle outside block. Okay? From this point, she's going to slide this leg, her left leg, over, and then she's going to dive to the groin with a spear hand. Okay? She's got this hand up. She's going to the groin with a spear hand. She's going to turn that hand over, grab. As she's pulling this hand back slowly, she's going to slowly rotate from this stance into kind of like a modified back stance, if you will. Okay? But I'll show you what that looks like. Okay? You see she's pulling this hand back slowly. She's putting her weight back on the right foot. When she gets to this point, she will pause and then slowly pull her left foot to her right foot. And she's going to stay like this. She's going to pause like this. Now she's going to rotate on her feet, do a rotation, and turn around 180 degrees facing this way and switch these hands. This one will go up, this one will come down. Good? She's blocking at this point. So, what she's going to do now is step out again into like a modified front stance, making a dive with this hand, going to a groin with a spear hand. Good? She's going to turn it over again, grab, slowly pull back, and rotate in like a modified back stance, if you will. She's going to pause here, and then slowly pull her right leg back to her left leg. She's still going to be facing in this direction. That is the end of the kata. So now she's going to step out with her right leg back out into a ready stance. She's back in a ready stance. She'll bring her left foot over to her right foot. Position of tension. She'll bow. Come back up. Step back into a ready stance. And that will complete her kata of Heian Godan. Thank you, ma'am. That was very good. Okay? So at that time, that completed Heian Godan the way that we do it in Kidokime-ryu Karate-do. Okay? Again, all kata begin and end with courtesy. She bowed before her kata. She bowed after her kata. There's different places where you paused. You can't so much see the pauses when I was explaining what she was doing, but if you watch her when she's doing the kata coming toward the camera and when she's doing the kata going away from the camera, you can pick up and see where her pauses are. Because all katas have speed variations in them and they have pauses. So all that completes each one of the katas that we do. And with the finish of this kata, we just finished the series of our Heian katas. Heian Shodan, Heian Nidan, Heian Sandan, Heian Yodan, Heian Godan. This being Heian Godan. And like I said, that completes all for Heian Godan. Thank you.